In a previous video, we've talked about the concept behind the grip design. Said that it was the holding pattern that it actually influenced the design of the grip. So now let's have a talk about the holding system and what the influence behind that was and what the concept behind that was. But first of all, I'd like to show you the holding system. Okay, so with your rear hand, I just want you to hold the bottom part of the grip. Yep, turn your palm up for me as much as you can. Yep, lay it through. Yeah, good as gold. That looks great. Now connect your hands together, palm up. Great. Now get some extension in your hands. Good, and just bow forward for me there. Okay, so that's the concept behind the holding system right there. We've got the palms up, and I said that was there to reduce the mobility in the motion of the hands and arms. We don't need that full range of joint mobility, simply because it means that we need to control that mobility during a putting stroke. Now, we know the sort of challenge that that creates. You know, we both have played a lot of golf, Dave, and a 3-foot putt on the first hole of a 72-hole tournament just seems to be a lot easier than a 3-foot putt on the 72nd hole for the championship. Okay, so if we've got that unwanted mobility in there, we're leaving ourselves open to unwanted movement. And I'd hate to use this word, but you know, the yips is a terrible, terrible disease, that one there. I believe that we can actually help people with the yips. I think turning the hands up like this, reducing the mobility, and the hands and arms there, I think if that motion's not available any longer, there's no way they can make those excessive issues there. Now let me show you how that works. I've got a ball here with a yellow arrow on it. So what I'm going to get you to do for me is I'm going to get you to hold the side of the ball like we would do traditionally. Now, when we hold a putter with a traditional grip, we hold it exactly palm to palm. So let's look at the range of mobility in that now. So I want you to hinge it up and down. Yeah, now we can see how far, wow, that's a large range of mobility. We can see how far that arrow is moving. Now I'll get you to go from side to side for me. Wow, okay, and again, you can see how large that motion is. Now I'm going to get you to turn the ball as much as you can from side to side. Yeah, again, that is quite a large amount of motion, isn't it? Now what I want you to do for me is I want you to move the ball from side to side, like you would do if you're taking a putting stroke, but try not to move the upper half too much. Just go to the, there you go, and can you come back the other way? There you go, and that's no upper half rotation there at all. Okay, so you can see that range of mobility there. All right, so now what I get you to do is turn your palms to the sky. That's it. Now, hold that ball again. Good. Now let's go through that again. Show me the hinging up and down. Wow. That is really reduced, isn't it? Okay, let's go side to side for me. Well, there's very little there, isn't there? Now, how much rotation can you get in there? Wow, there you go. So it's reduced dramatically, isn't it? Now again, I want you to feel like you're making a stroke, but try not to move your upper half again. Let's see how much rate. Oh yeah, so you can hardly move. So now the influence for you to move the ball is by rotating the upper half, isn't it? It's going to create that for you, isn't it? Okay, simply because you don't have the range of motion in the hands and arms anymore, so the putter can't do that work on its own just out of the hands and arms. Okay, so what's the significance of that? Well, we still got to create a kinetic link. Now, a kinetic link is just a fancy word for the order that the body moves in to accumulate and transfer energy. Now, we still must accelerate. You know, when we talk about the golf swing, we talk about a pitch shot and a chip shot and a putting stroke to be different motions. But from a mechanical point of view, they're not. We still must have a core concept. We must buy into this loading up with power as we swing away, exploding into a ball as we come towards impact, and then loading up with power as we go past. That's called the load, explode, load theory. Now that theory must apply to everything. Even though a putting stroke looks like we're just pushing the ball, in actual fact we are not, we're still accelerating. So that means that the kinetic link still must be there. So actually stopping the hands and arms from moving is probably a bad thing. So we're not doing that. We just want to reduce that mobility. Now, if we took that scientific point of view, if we took that concept and said, righty-ho, then what's the most effective, efficient way to hold the putt then, or hold the putter then? What would you say? Have to be palms up, simply because of the influence it has on the body.
Reduce motion.
Right. So then if I gave you a traditional putter with a flat thumb pad, the first thing you're going to do is turn the palms back together again, simply because the putter grip suggests the hands should be there. So we've got to change the way we design the putter grips in the first place. But of course, to start with, we've got to get those palms up. Look, Dave, thank you very much again for joining me. I mean, you've been a great help. You're a great player, and you're a great ambassador for what we're trying to do. If you want to know more, come and visit us, and we look forward to hearing from you.